Good afternoon, it's Tony Hayes from Paranormal Investigation UK, and today we're back on the Chester investigation. No surprise there. This is actually a review or analysis of number 289 of the Chester investigation. That's almost 300 reviews now that have been done regarding this particular property and the phenomena that the building is actually experiencing. So today's date is the 10th of February, and we're once again looking at some footage from this incredible day of the 23rd of January, when around about 5:15 in the afternoon, the building had to have been quiet for 5 days solid without a single CCTV alarm burst into action. 20 CCTV alarms, multiple noises, including raps and voices. Over the span of those 20 movies, there must be an average of 10, maybe more sounds. So in an 80-minute period, we're talking over 200 individual captures, each one having to be analysed. So I've been doing this a long time. I've never quite seen anything like this before. So we'll get straight into it. Those who are following the case and the reviews will have seen this occur a number of times. So, excuse me. This old winter cough that is. You don't cough until the minute you press record and you start, so I do apologise for that. I get a mouthful of water. Okay, so at 3 seconds, that's what's triggered the camera. This again is an empty room, and this is what they call camera 2. I dealt with all of camera 1, all that's sorted. They're all camera 1s, and what I'm actually doing is fitting into here now on time. Camera 2, so we're now on 17:29. So at the moment it's going camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 2, and so on and so forth as it works through this particular hot period. And you can see multiple sounds all the way through. There's one there, 12, 15, 18, 19 there. You know, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of them. So the general idea with this pattern is if it's a high rap, which I can see on the spectrum without any amplification or enhancement at all, I'll record it as a high volume rap. If I'm unable to get a frequency fix, because the volume's just not loud enough, even though we can hear it, it's classed as a volume rap. What we've also begun to discover now, I spoke to my colleague Amanda Griffiths last night about this, is that she maintains the experiments done a week after this. I've not got to them yet. Had a number of what we call bouncing raps, almost like when a roulette wheel stops and the ball then finds its number, that rattling. You know, Amanda class it is like a badminton sort of match that was taking place, very rapid rapping. That's quite unique, never happened before. What I've also had as well is what my ears telling me is that a rap or is that a voice? So it's sometimes confusing what that is, and we debated this again last night at length. And on one hand, it doesn't sound like a voice, yet it doesn't sound like a rap neither. Then you think, well, it actually does sound like a bit of a voice, and I think Amanda's saying, well, this could be one of these bouncing rapping, because these are multi-word sentences. So I'm going to stick by it sounds like either rap or voice, because the description of that is more accurate and anyone reading that will understand. And then we've got unusual sounds. We've got a couple in there which, either due to the frequency or due to what it sounds like, I just haven't a clue what that can be sounded with. I've literally got thousands upon thousands of samples. So generally I can find an approximate sound sample for it to give us a general idea. For example, if it's a bird or it's an animal like an urban fox or whatever. So, but it's the room itself is certainly evolving. We've gone from much lighter ramps at one stage to much stronger and louder ones, and loud enough to trigger CCTV cameras. You can't lose sight of this. This is not a simple one-off event. These are 20 CCTV alarms based over just less than 30 minutes. So loud that the CCTV system accepted it as an event and simply recorded it, and I'll get all this accidental capture all the way through. So that's where we're going with this. Let's make that a little bit smaller. I'm using no amplification whatsoever because I need to just listen to that one. Before we do that, normally what happens before is that's the event that's triggered the camera. It captures 3 seconds before. We've had stuff going on. So in other words, sounds are occurring within the building. There's a loud rap then that triggers the camera, and it captures 3 seconds of it, and 50 seconds later all the way through, because each and every piece of footage lasts 1 minute. So in a way, we're sort of haunted live, really, because they've got these captures. It's all timestamped. We know exactly when it occurred. We can actually view these cameras live at any point in time, and we may decide to do that at some point as we're working within lockdown. We're doing various distance experiments, which the owner is quite happy to do. So it may be at some point we may actually do a live sort of watch, so if something you might be interested, keep an eye on the room. You'll get sight and sound on it. Drop us a line either through Facebook message, via the website, email, or in the comments box on YouTube. So right, so I'm just going to listen to this fraction of this first couple of seconds. I'll turn that up just to make sure that I don't miss anything. Just loop that for a second. Yeah, okay. There will be a loud bang on there. See, that to me sounds like a voice again. Sounds like doorstep. So we'll get rid of this. Okay, quite difficult. I'm trying to avoid getting that banging or a bit too loud with that sort of volumes we're talking. So I don't think that's loud enough to pick anything up, I don't think. Oh, it is. No. Just a little bit of volume. I think we can clearly define it. This is what I'm glad this has happened, actually, because you can see the problem that I have with these. I haven't a clue if that's a voice or that is a wrap. Let's just me checking the pen on the floor. So we're going to class that as a voice stroke rap. Quite bizarre. I'll just turn it up for you again. You know, I'm formulating words without doorstep. Paranormal, yeah, he's going to play a role. So let me know what you think. That is actually quite strange. It's something's taking place beforehand. This rap then triggers the camera. That's what captures it. It's just a pure accidental capture, and we have no idea what that is. If it is a voice, the problem is because it's around this 1000 hertz again. Where you can see the fundamental frequency. This is where the raps hide away in that frequency, and you've got a voice. And I have no clue if I'm dealing with a voice. It's some sort of frequency manipulation, or I am dealing with some form of continued rap, but it doesn't sound like a rap. So let me know your thoughts. I'm always keen to listen to those. So right, I need to turn the volume back down. Let's have a listen to this rap. See, that's 2 raps again. Almost going. There you go. There. Let's just see if we can get a fix on that frequency. Let's give it a few revolutions for it to just balance out. And that's quite loud. This is this bouncing rap that we've been experiencing again. Right. Incredible for building that should remain absolutely quiet. But it certainly does not like that. Right. Right, what we'll do is take the loop off, just increase the. In fact, let's take all the volume off. I need to just get a frequency on this one. Computer's running a little bit slow today. Here we go. I'm actually going to call that bouncing rap. I'm fairly. It's almost as if there's a sound one end of the room and another rap at the other end of the room. Quite bizarre. So, okay, turn the volume back up. Keep that on. There we go. That sounds like a voice again. Oh, a weird frequency that is. I'm actually going to question that. I haven't a clue what that is. I haven't a clue what that is. And likewise at the beginning, let's get rid of that a second. Voice question mark. Yeah, it's not for the first time I sat there scratching my head. What on earth is that? Is it a bird? Possibly. It could be. Some like bird or animal. It's just there. Again, it's this 1,000 hertz. I expect a bird be around here or somewhere else. It's always around this particular area. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this. I'm going to call this bird because it sounds like birdish, you know. Just remind me when I come to do the report on this particular one. Bird question mark. I haven't a clue. So we've got three, two there, haven't we? Okay. Rolling back up. Let's move on to the next part. Whoops. Yeah, got it. There's another sound that comes after this, which is difficult to determine. I'm fairly confident that that is, I've got the volume off and we're still picking up the frequency, so that's going to be a wrap. It's certainly bang on. It sounds like it. The frequency backs that up. So we'll call it wrap 3. Now something follows at this sound. See if we can pick it out. Yeah. See, it's rap frequency, but sounds like a voice. Let me turn it up again. It's like a breathy voice. I'm going to mount that into the voice stroke rappers. I simply don't know what the hell that is. It's getting confusing because it's all mixed in with the same frequency, and there's no clear distinction between them. So you would have thought the sound of the same. I had a rap mix today which sound fundamentally different to the low bassy one that was also in there. Yet the frequency was exactly the same. Yet they sounded so different. So I'm really not sure how that can occur. Some investigators suggest we'll call it a name that a spirit can manipulate frequency. I'm not convinced with that. There's no proof that could be physically possible. So we're just left with the confusion. What on earth is going on? Okay, let's move on from that one. Another bang. There we go. And they've been watching these videos I've been doing over this last week or so. We're talking the same frequency again. Clearly that's rap frequency. It sounds like a rap. And it's loud enough to be picked up by the microphone, so very, very strange. Okay. Okay, for about 4. I'm not sure about that one. think that might just be loud enough for the analyzer to pick that up. Ooh. I'm going to class that as a low volume rap. There's one before it as well. Let me turn them up. Actually, it's not, is it? I've been listening to hearing things. I've left that on. That's why I was picking the signal up. Yeah, it's a low volume on that. The reason why I'm defining them low and high volume is as the 18 minutes progresses on the footage it's been captured, do the volumes remain a constant, or do they vary? And the answer to that is they're varying, and it appears to show that as time progresses, it's actually beginning to get less volume. In other words, like in a way, spots are running out of power, if that's the right word to use. So, alright, take the loop off. Let's turn the volume back up again. Let's go. This is still just 30 seconds. Don't think that's loud enough to be picked up. No. It's like a rap followed by a voice. Let's see if I can separate the two. That's that. Rap territory. And you look again, it's just louder. So, in a way, it's almost like listening to a rap than a voice, but the frequency is the same. There you go. Just more volume. But the first one doesn't sound like a voice, but the second one does. Right, okay. So I might class that as a low, excuse me, low volume rap, followed by a voice stroke rap, because it's simply, I don't know, it just keeps in the fitting of the strangest of this building, really. Okay, the volume's already up, so. What on earth is that? Question mark that one again. Because what I'm going to do when I finish this movie, I'm actually going to sample these sounds off it, send it to my colleagues to have a listen to. Weird. Sounds like a whistling, isn't it? This is why it takes so long to do these, you know, and we're no longer dealing with a 60-second piece of footage with one capture. We're dealing with like dozen plus. I haven't a clue what that is. Yeah, it's sort of in. I'd class that as a low volume rap. Two sounds I can see them. Wow, they are loud, I can see them. They're incredibly loud, aren't they? Okay, about 5. And that's on the volumes off. That is loud. That's loud enough to trigger the camera again. At the first one, not triggered it. That one certainly would have done. Bizarre. I still need to go back and review the footage once I've done this, so I must remember to do that, because you never know. Okay, there doesn't seem to appear to be anything else there. See them clearly, just grab that section. Yeah, okay. That strange little piss sound you get, that there, that's just down to the microphone. I've got it on maximum there, and it just lifts the background noise a little bit. Very distinctive poppy sound. So right, what I'm going to do now is turn the volume right down. I'm not interested in that, and I'm going to actually watch all the video. I'll end the video now while I go do that. Then I'm going to burn those 3 off to a separate file and pass them on to colleagues and store that for later when we start to we get to say these unusual sounds together and place them all together, see where that one takes us. Okay, see you on the next movie.